So it's been known that Filco and CoolerMaster Quickfire 10 keyless are essentially the same keyboard. What I'm going to do today is unbox, review, and disassemble this CoolerMaster Quickfire mechanical keyboard. But at the same time, I'm going to be making a close comparison between this Quickfire and a Filco so that you can decide if it's worth the price difference. Okay, let's get started. Here's the CoolerMaster retail packaging. You know, the box is pretty flashy. Filco, it does have text and some pictures, but it's pretty plain. Okay. Now the accessories. CoolerMaster has a quick guide, PS2 adapter, the keyboard itself, cable, and some more stuff. Okay, so this is a key puller. This looks like the WASD cluster and some extra modifiers. Okay. For the Filco, I know Filco is pretty inconsistent in what they include. For this one, they have a plastic cover, PS2 adapter, and if I remember correctly, it also had a Velcro cable tie and some warranty paper. But I know for my other Filco, instead of including this this wire key puller right here, they gave me this WASD cluster and the Filco logo cap instead. Okay, so instead of getting these things for one of my keyboard, I got this instead. So I guess it just depends how lucky you are. Okay, now let's look at the keyboard itself. Availability, I know Filco can be found only on Amazon for about $150 in the US. You can also import it from NCIX Canada or Keyboard Company in the UK, but I don't know, I'm not sure on availability if you're in other countries. For this CoolerMaster right here, you can pretty much find it in every large physical store or online retailer, or you can buy it directly from CoolerMaster for about $80. The cheapest pre-sale price is on Amazon for about $65. So you can see that there's a huge price difference. Okay, both are MX Boost switches in a 10 keyless form factor, but when you just look at it cosmetically, you can see that they're both quite different. The CoolerMaster has, I think, some excessive branding. There's one right here, Quickfire spacebar, these two modifiers, and also the modifiers that they included also has a CoolerMaster branding. Oh, there's actually one right here too. Okay, Filco only has one metallic logo right here. It's a 3D logo, so it looks pretty elegant. Okay, the finish on this Filco is a smooth satin black, but I know that can have some inconsistencies as well, because the other Filco I have, here's the case on it, it's also satin black, but it's more textured, so it's a little bit more rough. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so I guess it depends on which batch you get. For the CoolerMaster, it's also plastic, but it has a rubberized coating. I'm not sure how durable this is, but if you rub on it hard, it might come off. Here, I'll show you mine. This one here, I got ever since it came out. And you can see from this corner, right here, once in a while I'll bump my mouse on it, and you can see that the rubber coating is starting to peel off. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but yeah, here it is. So just make sure you don't bump it too much. They both come with ABS laser printing keys. So these little keycaps here. This one, just keep in mind that this is not the keycaps they came with. These are my own keycaps that I put on their PBT caps. A little better quality. These are a little thin to me, you know, but it shouldn't matter for most people. Okay, for LEDs, the Filco has two LEDs right here for the caps lock and the scroll lock. CoolerMaster has the LEDs straight onto the keys itself. So there's a red LED under here and red LED under here. Okay, now let's flip it over, look at the back. Okay, they both have 4 rubber feet right here and here. The CoolerMaster has 2 top feet slightly off position, and there's also 2 feet that pop out to raise up the keyboard. And you'll notice that these 2 feet right here, they don't have the rubber grip on it. And here, it's just the plastic. When you flip the feet in and out, it's a pretty linear motion. There's enough resistance to it, but not to the point where it gets really sticky. And now when you compare that to the Filco, the rubber feet here, they do have the, or the feet do have the rubber grip. And also, when you flip them out, the motion does feel a little more smooth. And when you push it back in, and you get to a certain point, it'll just pop in. So overall, the design for the Filco is a little better when it comes to the feet. Okay, cable. Filco has a pretty flexible cable, and it's a little soft, but very sturdy. It's not detachable, and it comes right out of the middle right here. So you can't pull this out. For the CoolerMaster, they included this braided cable, and it is detachable. Let's see. So this cable is braided. It does feel a little stiff. One end uses a mini USB connector. The other end uses a standard USB that goes into your computer. And again, it does feel pretty stiff. And this potentially could be a problem when you plug it into the USB port. But then I really like how CoolerMaster implemented this system where when you plug it in, there's little channels right here in the case that holds the cable so then it doesn't move around. Here, let me show you. Okay, you plug it in and you push it into these channels right here. So when you move around the cable, only this part gets pressured, not the actual port right here. Whereas if you compare it to other keyboards, like this mini keyboard I have, it also has the same connector, but this connector here is soldered right onto the PCB. So when you plug into the cable right here and you move it around, it's gonna put stress onto this this port right here, and it can get loose, and you know, it can just lose connection. Okay. With the CoolerMaster, so you can move the cable, and this part right here does not move at all. You can also switch sides depending on what location your computer is. So I thought that was pretty cool. So like that. Okay. Okay, so overall, these keyboard feel pretty. Sorry about that. My camera cuts off at every 10 minutes because that's a limitation for HD recording. But I was just saying, overall, these two keyboards are very similar in construction and build quality for the outside. You know, it feels very solid and sturdy. Okay, now let's open it up and see the inside. Okay, I actually never opened up this CoolerMaster keyboard before, but it should be the same way as the Filco. Okay, so first you're gonna have to break this warranty sticker. Take off the screw. Okay. Now there will be tabs on the top and the bottom right here that you're gonna have to pop off in order to get the top and the bottom layer off. Okay, I'm actually gonna use a credit card so it doesn't scratch my keyboard. Okay, so flip it around. And the top cover comes right off. Okay. Okay, so in order to save time, I already took apart my Filco. Let me go get it. Okay. So I guess with this one, there's no screws right here or here to hold down the board with the Filco. You're gonna have to unscrew a hole right here and a screw right there. Okay, and both of these just come right off like that. Well, it looks like there's a controller, or I mean the USB port thing stuck to here, so I'm gonna have to take that off. Okay, so here's the case. I'll compare that in a minute. Alright, so let's look at the differences. Let me grab the camera. Okay, the soldering looks pretty good on both. It's actually a little part here. Probably too much solder. CoolerMaster has a green PCB. Filco has a blue one. Here it looks like they also did not clean up the flux. Here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's all that crap on there. It's not going to affect anything, but they could have cleaned that up a little more. Now the Filco. I would say the soldering looks more clean on the Filco. There's not one connection that I see too much solder. Like right here, they put just enough. But here, a lot of the places has too much solder. Like here, right here. Okay, so the location of the connectors looks like they both have the same connectors here and here, but then this connector goes straight to the USB port, while this connector here is for the permanently attached cable. So I guess if you wanted maybe like a detachable cable, you can switch them around. They're both made by CoStar. Here you can see CoStar's printing on here. Here's the Filco. Okay, let's turn it around. Look at the controllers. Okay, this is the CoolerMaster, and here's the Filco. Alright, I'm actually going to take it off in a minute. They both have metal plates, black metal plate. And let me remove the controller right now. Actually, let me put the camera down, because I gotta take some keycaps off to remove it. Oh yeah, they both use CoStar stabilizers, by the way, which has these little two bars. Okay, so let me grab the camera again. Okay, here's the CoolerMaster. See if we can focus. And Filco. And here are the controllers. This is the USB connector right here for the detachable USB. Okay, and here are the two controllers side by side. So to the left you have the CoolerMaster controller, and the right is the Filco. So you can see that they're not interchangeable because they have different pin layouts. But then the controller, the actual controller chip right here and here, those look like they are the same. Okay. Alright, so there you go. As for the case, here are the two bottom cases. They look pretty similar. It looks like the position of these two things are different, so you can't really change the case either. And this little thing. But other than that, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so there you go. I hope that helped. Okay. So you can decide if that $80 difference between the Filco and the CoolerMaster Quickfire is worth it. Okay.